Really interesting development here in the Elon Musk Twitter acquisition story, debacle, whatever you want to call it. News has just come out on the Wall Street Journal that it's rumored that Elon Musk is actually offering to close the deal at his original bid, $54.20 per share, at around a $44 billion valuation. And over the last, since basically the bid first came out, it's been well publicized, but Elon Musk and his team and Twitter and their team have been feuding back and forth, basically trying to, what seems like, get Elon Musk out of the deal. They've been arguing about the number of bots, all this kind of stuff. Elon basically saying that, look, this company isn't what I thought it was, basically, when I first made the bid. And a lot of at least the analysis has talked about basically Elon's overpaying basically for Twitter. Since his $54.20 bid, the share price has fallen dramatically, as has a lot of the market. So that's kind of a natural thing. But what then comes to the table is, if Elon doesn't want to pay $54.20, well, what is he going to pay? Is he going to pay some sort of a fine plus the delta between where the share price is right now and the original bid? There's all sorts of stuff going on there. There's even like a $1 billion buyout kind of thing here. So there's a lot of technicalities, a lot of basically corporate finance stuff that's going on. And so this is an interesting development. They're right on the cusp of having to go to the Delaware Chancery Court and have like a non-jury 5-day trial to talk about this case. And in the last few days, I'd say that there's been, stories of Elon's text messages coming out where, he's kind of buddying up with different billionaires, basically, and who are basically offering to get in on the deal with him. And generally, there hasn't been anything, that mind-blowing or that salacious that's come out. So this is an interesting development, at least from my perspective, because I think at the end of the day, he will have been forced to make a deal. I don't think it's like America wouldn't be America, and the capitalism wouldn't be capitalism if you could make deals like put $54.20 on the table and not have to go through it. So I think that there's something to be said about having to push for the deal, but the way that the stock price is right now, and there are valid things around bots and valuations and things. I don't know if he would have had to have paid $54.20, somewhere between $54.20 where the share price is right now, and just to be able to give the shareholders a premium, I think would have been some sort of a decision maybe. But I think there's something to be said in terms of being Elon and just getting out of the spotlight a little bit, getting the deal just done, get it off the table, and kind of move on. He's doing some great work with Tesla and SpaceX and all those other companies, and this just became a distraction, I think. And so it's not like he's hurting for, the financing makes a lot of sense. Dilutive, it's definitely dilutive, and it hurts, his own pocketbook, I suppose, and it probably hurts long-term shareholders of his other companies, Tesla and things, to have to leverage so much of his stock to make this deal happen. But it just gets this deal done, gets it off the table, and he can kind of move on. And, who knows? Twitter is one of those kind of underutilized, under monetized social media platforms that, with a different business model, with a different approach, maybe could blow up and really be the place for a certain kind of speech, a certain kind of publicity. Personally, I do like to use Twitter, but I know my circles like to lean on other social media platforms, and I get it. I understand why people like and choose the social media platforms that they do, but I do think that Twitter has a voice in the social media space because it does offer a value proposition that's different. It's a little bit different than the others. So just an interesting development. I honestly thought that the deal would probably get done, but not at that original share price or that original bid. So I'll be very curious to know, when the news comes out, why he's offering to close it at the original valuation, why he's not, after having put up such a big fight, why stop the fight now kind of thing. So It'll be good to see going forward what happens here.